Hey guys, so we're gonna call this day one of my 30-day challenge. And again, this is just for me to get myself accountable to my marketing, get my name out there for what I'm doing, and let you guys know what I'm doing. Because in a couple of days, I'm gonna involuntarily volunteer you guys to kind of help me out along my marketing. So today I want to talk about three things that note investing taught me about real estate investing. So if you know from my past 30-day challenge, I was doing note investing and I just made a change because there were some things that I felt it wasn't what I was wanting to do. Um, and actually, from some of the exit strategies that I saw, I was able to do it here in my local market. It's in California. So the three things are: one, always position yourself as the bank; two, it's never a wrong time to do the right thing; and number three is the exit strategies. The more exit strategies you have, it reduces risk and it has a greater profit margin at the end. So let me dive a little bit deeper into those. So the first one is position yourself as the bank. So banks technically do two things. One, they control the money, and two, they control the deal or they set the terms. When was the last time you went to a bank and you said, I want this interest rate, I want to pay this much money for this amount of time? You never do, because the banks tell you, after looking at your application, your credit score, um, some blemishes on your credit score or whatnot, and they say, well, this is the best that we can do, take it or leave it. But when you position yourself as the bank, like in notes, you control that deal. So the whole thing with being the bank is being able to control everything but own nothing, meaning that you control where the paper goes, you control where these deals, these investments, the kind of clouding title, if you will. But basically, just being able to control it by setting the terms yourself. And if it's not something that you agree to, then you don't have to be obligated to it, because you can find another cash buyer, an end buyer, or another way out. So always be the bank. Second, it's never a bad time to do the right thing. So most people think bad of investors. They think, oh, you guys are preying on the unfortunate and the old or the sick or this or that. And it's true, one, that real estate does make more millionaires in a recession or a downtime, but it's only because real estate is out of the box. We help people where traditional financing, traditional funding, traditional lending, things like that can't. Just because of state or federal regulations, it doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means that they can't, because they have to go by certain guidelines and codes and whatnot. Whereas investors, we can come in and give them different strategies and options to go by. So, yes, after the market crashed in 09, 08, 09, there was a lot of people that were walking away from their houses. And so in the note business, a lot of people came up on notes and these non-performing notes. But people go into default all the time. I mean, there's deaths, there's divorce, there's job loss, there's illnesses, there's job relocations, whatever the reason may be. We can come in as investors and help these people out of a bad situation. I like to say we help good people out of bad situations. Maybe it was a bad loan they got into. Maybe it was a property that they inherited through a death, but it's actually more of a burden to that next of kin than it is something that person intended for it to be good. Maybe the house needs a lot of fixing up. Maybe that person has a property, they live in another state, and they haven't visited that house in years. So as investors, again, it's something we can do by coming in and always helping out people and making it a way that it's a win-win for people that are in a bad situation. And then finally, the last one is, the more exit strategies you have, the lower your risk is to lose in the investment and the greater your return can be. So with note investing, there was several, I think I had like 15 ways that you could earn money. That you could earn a profit, a return on your money. And one of the things that kept coming up was, if you had to go through a foreclosure, kind of a worst case, best case, you had to do foreclosure, you got the property, you own the property, but then what did you want to do with it? Did you want to keep it as a rental? Did you want to fix it up and sell it as a flip, retail? Did you want to wholesale that deal? And what I saw coming up a lot in Southern California was a lot of REOs or CFDs that were coming out from different states. CFD is contract for deed. Sometimes it's called deed in lieu of foreclosure. So There's some people that'll just give you their deed for money for them to move out of the house, and they just don't want the property anymore. Um, and an REO is real estate owned, meaning that the bank already foreclosed on the property, the bank owns it, but the bank again isn't in the business to be real estate. They're in the business to make loans and keep turning around and cycling out money in and out. So by having more exit strategies, it gives you greater opportunity to reduce the risk factor of investing and also the greater chances of a higher return on your investment. So those are the three things that real estate note investing taught me, which again was always be the bank, position yourself as the bank because the banks never lose. It's never a bad time to do the right thing. It's always beneficial to help somebody else, even if what you're doing in your investment is not right. And I'm going to talk about that in a couple of days. Maybe what I'm doing in my marketing, it might not benefit that person, but now I can give them options that people on my team or people that I have referrals from, that I can pass them on to somebody else that I know can help them. But at least giving them options rather than just getting those letters in the mail of tax delinquents or pre-foreclosure, foreclosure, and then they just keep putting them in that drawer that's overstuffed and overfilled with all these creditors and people that are hounding them, and they just kind of stick their head in the sand. So we're giving them the opportunity to do right by them and get them out of that situation if possible, when possible. And then again, the last thing is just having exit strategies, having a versatility in being able to move these deals, these projects, these investments at a quicker rate, and being able to help everyone in the situation, making it a win-win for everybody. So that's it for today, guys, for day one. 3 things that notes taught me and how I'm taking that into my next real estate investing venture. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 2.